Hello, my name is Don and welcome to episode 4 of Motorsport Manager. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on this because really the upload situation I had was ridiculously bad, so even just uploading a normal video was taking forever, so I couldn't maintain a double upload, so Motorsport Manager kind of got pushed back a little bit, so I've not actually uploaded anything as of yet. I didn't want to get too much. I'm expecting an episode 1 of this series to go up tonight. Obviously that'll be a few days ago for yourselves now, so I've decided to come back to get back into the series, just get an idea of where we are. So I've just spent about 10-15 minutes just going through every single screen, working out where we're at and just trying to work out where we're going forward. So we are currently 8th in the Constructors, good 24 points ahead of Predator, slightly ahead of Archer, which is a very good start for us. Anthony and Gomez, both if I remember correctly, contracts expire at the end of this season. I think I said in an earlier episode, Faith was the one I was looking to keep on. But the reason that I'm going against that now is this marketability. If I'm going to keep one, it will be him, because he has this marketability trait, which steps him up to 51% marketability, which right now is the only reason why we're even getting remotely decent sponsors, but we're not really. And the faster we can make this team profitable, the more money we'll have to spend on the car, developing the HQ and whatnot. Talking of the HQ, we have 1 week away from our scout facility, so that will be done this episode. We take on Tondela in 24 days. I have also sat and worked out that we have 3.7 million to spend this season. That's on basis of not going into debt. I think it's going to be something like 5.033 million. Current loss expenditure, which is based on our sponsorship, of course, not including bonuses, that we will spend for the last 7 races this season. Now, of course, we can get better sponsors. We're still waiting for a big upfront for there, and this Maxwell sponsor will regenerate before the end of the season. Other than that, everything is going to be the same because it's 7 races left, if I remember correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So 7 races left, so apart from that one sponsor, it's going to cost us about just over 5 million in terms of that. So we need to get a big upfront to come here in slot 3 and at least like for like in the Maxwell slot to maintain that, and that gives us 3.7 million to spend for the rest of this season. Problem with that is the car is absolutely dreadful, so I think what we have to do is just pick a part and go for it, and go for that one part to be better than everyone else, to be at development level better than the rest, really. And we still need to find drivers for next season, of course. Now, of course, we will get prize money at the end of the season. There's not an issue of going into debt. The other thing I was thinking about during the off time is, obviously we need to get the factory and design centre up before we can actually get really any new buildings. We can get a forecasting centre and a staff centre, and that is it. They're good buildings, don't get me wrong, but it would be ideal to get one of these two up and start getting the stuff that you need both of these for, such as the facilities. Now, the one that I'm actually thinking of is the test track, and the reason why I'm thinking the test track is engine is such an important part. Now, I know in tier 2 engine starts off as a spec part, so it'll be slightly less relevant, but now you can propose votes to the GMA. I'm not actually sure how you do it. We will work that out at some point or another. There'll be a way that I just haven't worked out yet. I'm hoping to find out before the end of the season, but even by the time we get promoted, that rule might not be there anymore, or we can propose it and save up a lot of votes and force it through that engines are going to be relevant, and then we can be leading the development of engines. Because the engine, when you look at the tracks, it's just such an important thing. There's engine, not there, there's an engine, 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 and there's an engine. So that's 8 out of 10 for this series. Never mind when you go up, and again, it'll be, I imagine, similar stories in the higher series. In fact, I know it is, which is why I'm thinking of doing it. We are currently building a suspension. Now, I know a lot of you guys will be sort of more clued up on this than me because I've been away from it for a little while, so I've just gone over sort of everything, partly to remind myself and partly to remind yourselves as well. Our scouting facility is nearly done. Other than that, drivers, what's our scouting currently like? So we've got 2 more to scout. There are all the free agents done. I've actually got favourites sorted. Yes, I do. So I've got 3 favourites there. Nice. This guy would obviously be the ideal guy, but I imagine he'll cost an absolute fortune. Dembele, we remember from last year. Thomas. So again, what I'm looking for right now is people with good marketability or RP drivers, or ideally both. And obviously right now we haven't really found that, but we've already passed on Sherish Young, because as much as the guy's got good marketability, he's got odd awful, and Ferreira just meets no targets whatsoever, and actually has +5 marketability to that as well. So yeah, so going forward we're looking for 2 drivers with at least 50% marketability and maybe half decent, or 50% marketability and a pay driver and can be god awful. I don't really care. So we've got Frank Kinney, 75%, how much, and a pay driver. Okay. So just as we're talking about that, so, and he is extremely good in Australia, which we don't race it right now. -2 adaptability, that's fine. +25 marketability, but this is permanent, but does reduce chairman's happiness. And as a pay driver, so we're going to add him on, and he's probably my preferred guy to go for. In fact, if he's actually cheap, I might actually just go for him now and replace Faith. So, number 2, long contract, sign on fee isn't very important, bonus size isn't very important, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to highball you, but only if you win a race, which is highly unlikely. So this guy's pretty awful, but he's not actually, when you compare him with, say, Faith Anthony, details, compare driver, favourites, I imagine I've added them on, compare, yeah, so star wise is actually similar. He's got better focus, better feedback, better fitness, similar consistency, slightly worse, the same smoothness, everything else he's a lot worse in. But because he's a pay driver, and he'll be on a cheaper contract if he accepts that one, quite a bit cheaper actually, it might be worth paying that million to buy out Faith Anthony, because you're going to get the 200,000 per race for him, 227,000. So he only needs to do 5 races to pay that back, and we've got 7 left. So it'll be profitable for the season. Got our new suspension, so what we'll do is we'll take this engine off and we'll put this, in fact we're going to put both these suspensions on actually, because those engines are done as good as anyway, and see if we can get those up. We'll continue slowly working on those engines as well. I think what we need to do is we need to get 1 set of brakes at least, and we've got 1 gearbox, so do we go for another gearbox and then 1 set of brakes, just to try and have it at least at a competitive level. Yeah, that's what I think we're going to do. Although there's not a whole lot of options here, so because that's -10, so it's actually not any improvement. It's actually worse. Yeah, so we're not going to touch the gearbox. Hopefully we get offered a gearbox, because that's just ridiculous. Brakes are maybe the thing that I'm going to go for here, because we've got so many risk zones. We'll maybe try and get the brakes better than up to the free slots, so that we can go for 1 of these and 2 of these. Excuse me for coughing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So we get the great, the good. Even that and that might actually be a fairly good one once we get the free slots. I don't know. We'll see. We'll work out at the time. But brakes are now the focus. We should have them ready for the next race as well. And we've now got our scouting facility. Yay, there it is. Scouting, we now have 40 new drivers to scout. So let's sort by team. Not that it's wanting to bring the unemployed drivers to the forefront. And we'll start scouting. Enrique Lara, I know is a pay driver with good marketability, but I don't think he would come to this level. And she would cost an absolute fortune because I think she has the trait for wanting more money. Now I know that from previous saves, and I believe we approached her in the ZRT save. I don't know if you actually seen that episode. One would say we almost certainly did. Right, so we've now got brakes. I'm not going to use these right now because I want to get this suspension up first. So we'll go for the next set of brakes, which will be, that goes to 32.96, 37, 86. So we'll go for this one first. We can actually get the fourth slot because we can go for that just to unlock the fourth slot. And we'll use soft supers and ultras actually quite a bit, so we can actually probably go for that and then go for dink, which would be far better brakes, because we'll be using the softer compound more often. So I might actually do that. We can just go into fit part and back, and that'll get rid of that notification. Don't know why it came straight back out there, because we've got to run a race event at the Black Sea for the WMC. And we can just keep continuing right now. We've got a proposal. He's accepted. Well, I lowballed him to high heavens. He's insulted by the wage. 58k per race, so he's on a third of the wage. He's a pay driver. Whether it's Faith Anthony is not. And it means we can focus on Andre Gomez having a better car, because I prefer a number 1, number 2 system. So he's going to be on so much lower wages. So let's just work out how much we're going to save here, right? So he's a pay driver. So that is, if I can find my calculator on my phone, because I don't want to use a calculator on a computer because I'll knock the screen off. So 227,000 times by, no wait, minus, delete that, right? Actually no, let's sort this out first, right? So it's 184,000 minus 58,000. 126,000 we're saving per race, plus 227,000. So 353,000 we're saving per race, or making per race, by changing drivers here. Now times that by 7, that's 1.715 million this season. So by paying the 900,000 release clause, which it costs to do this, 919,000, we are making a profit of 796,000 this season by changing drivers to Frank Kinney over Faith Anthony. So while it seems that we only have 3 million to spend, I've just spent a chunk on brakes, and we've just spent a chunk on sacking a driver. So we've just spent near enough 2 million of our 3 million budget before we even got to the race for this episode. We have actually, in essence, just gained 700,000, which pays for those brakes, so we can build more brakes. Faith Anthony doesn't like me anymore. Very good, I don't care, you weren't my driver. Frank Kinney signed, we're going to be very happy. Says he's got to be an equal status driver. I'm pretty sure I offered him number 2. In fact, I'm 100% offered him number. I did, but we'll see equal status. That means that he's sort of dealing with that. So maybe they'll be equal in terms of what parts they get, but we can give Andre the better parts, and Frankie won't kick off too much. He is 35 though, but he is on a long contract, so he's going to regress rather than get better. Feedback is from where? Where's the bonus for feedback? I do not see this. Because I'm an ex-driver. I forgot about that. I was trying to work out where this trait was it was coming from. It was giving him +3 on feedback. That's because I took the ex-driver thing rather than the markability. The finance thing that I normally do. So, I'll come and race. Yes, I know we could use a telemetry centre. I would like a telemetry centre, but it's going to cost me 8 million just to be able to build the thing before I even have to buy the thing. So we don't have the, we don't have the money. Please tell me you're going to give me money up front. No, you're not. Because there's no point in us accepting anything there that isn't going to give us money up front. It's a bit that simple. Because we just can't afford it. Financial management. Okay, I've got it. I don't really care. I've already worked this out. Don't you worry, Kurt. R&R. What do you want R&R now? I'm going to have to spend that, really. Because the burnt out trait is so much worse than the refocus trait. It's literally, it's chalk and cheese. It's 250 to get +1 on everything, or save 250 and get -1 on everything. So our new brakes are built. We've got some other news. We've got a scouting report on Sergio Valdez, who is a decent driver, very good marketability, so I'm going to add him onto the thing. But if I remember rightly, he will cost a lot. Good at leading. Will piss the chairman off even more because we've got 2 drivers that will be an issue. Doesn't like team orders, and he's currently a security guard. And we're going to bring up one more set of brakes for now. This is just a slot unlock more than anything else. But this will work well on the soft supers and ultras, which will be +50. But it also unlocks slot 4, which means we could do this, 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 and this, if I remember correctly. Just out of curiosity, what does this one do? Yeah, so I think we're going to go for that. And that should give us very good brakes for in race conditions. We're not going to actually fit them, I'm just getting rid of the notification. Improved parts, let's see how our suspensions are getting on. They're getting on good, so let's get the reliability onto these brakes. In fact, no, we're not going to get the reliability onto those brakes. We're going to stick on the suspensions because we're building more brakes, so there's no need for those brakes anyway. We've already had a look at Sergio Valdez. We've got another sponsor offer here. 1.25 million up front. Thank you very much. That pays for 2 sets of brakes almost. Happy with that. And that also runs just about to the end of the season, but not quite. Okay, so we've now hit Tondela. Actually going to risk this 9 for above. For part fitting, we will give Valdez the best, Gomez, sorry, the best of everything that works. Basically. I will say he's unhappy, but you knew he was coming in as number 2. He's actually unhappy with the quality of the car rather than the actual state of it, and this gives Gomez the best chance of performing. So that gives us the best chance of meeting that bonus, which, if I remember correctly, we need 9th. In my opinion, anyway. Of course, the best chance of that would actually be because Kinney is actually the driver that's starting on pole, so it might have made more sense to do it the other way, but let's stick with our number 1 for now. Anyway, I'm going to go and skip practice and I will be back just after it, guys. So we're back. Decent practice, 12th and 14th, slightly below where I'd like to have been. only 3/10 between Kinney and Gomez, which is interesting given that Gomez is the better driver with the better car, the vastly better car at that. Nonetheless, we're going to go into this race. We're in a good position on the grid, of course, all the top drivers at the other end. And we hit 15% on everything. We hit tier 3. We've got 2 very good feedback drivers, of course, which helps. And it looks like I nailed the setup in the end. I was struggling to get this setup right, but it looks like I've completely nailed it in the end. That's going to do 10 laps. I really want you to do 11. Okay, what we're going to do is driving style conserve high with Andre Gomez. How long can you get the tires? 9. Right, you've got no chance. You're going to have to free stop. That sucks. So you do 8 laps. So there we go. And you can go. Yeah, I've just done that bit. And you can be a bit more aggressive for the first lap. So Kenny starts on pole ahead of the 2 Predators of Evans and Santa Ana and the Archers before it comes to Andre Gomez. So we will focus on Kenny since he starts first and he's not going with a more conservative strategy. But he's had an awful start behind both the Predators and an Archer already. That is not the start I wanted to see from the young Australian. Well, the young Australian, senior Australian. Nonetheless, he's here for money reasons so that we can build this team long term rather than being stuck short term. And we will now go down to high with him, but medium high because otherwise he'll go out his tyres before lap 8. So we need to play the long game with both these cars. We need to finish top 10, top 9 even as well. I'm actually just going to tell Kenny allow teammate through if he comes up, but he's actually lost a place himself. Ugh. This is not good, captains. In fact, it's very, very bad. Ugh. At least you can see the difference in tyre wear between the two. Gomez is much better on his tyre wear than Kenny right now. Obviously part of that's the conservant, but his tyres are absolutely freezing at the same time. So I'm going to actually tell him to push, try and get them back up just a little bit. And see if that makes a difference. We can get the temperatures back up, we can conserve again. We'll have conserved quite a bit of this stint, or we can even go neutral, I think. And his pace actually now seems to have came out a bit more. He's a bit more competitive now that he's pushing Gomez rather than conserving those tyres. Oh, he's making a move. Can he get it? Can he get it? No, he can't. Is this starting to rain? No, I'm just seeing things. So Gomez made it look like he was going to make a move and then actually didn't. But Kenny's back up into 9th after a good lap. Oh, that is positive stuff. Gomez completely stuck in traffic, to be honest. Kenny is where I'm now looking at. I'm going to push him. He's got a couple of laps left of this stint. At the end of the next lap is where I'm going to bring him in. So actually no, I'm going to come on neutral. Because I need to get 2 laps out of this. He's up to 4th as other people pit though, so we've got this strategy to work. And what we're going to do is we're going to attack, overtake, new self, soft. 8 laps please. Yes, I know I don't have enough fuel to finish the race, but I was never going to have enough fuel to finish the race. And we'll go. Gomez is actually throwing out those tyres, heating them back up, so I'm actually going to be able to do another lap with him as well after this one. In fact, I might even not have to stack, I'm not sure. Not had the tyre wear that I was hoping to might actually switch Gomez onto another one so he does still have that pit stop less that I was hoping he would have. I'm feeling right up. What I need to do is take him up to lap 22 if possible. Or did I just go for a free? Just going to go for the free because I still think it'll be quicker than this, so we're actually going to take him back down to 8 laps of fuel. I can't even push the tyres because he's taking it out. That's because I left him on high by accident and didn't realise. So he's been over fueled for this stint as a result of that, which is not good. And he's actually behind cars that have hit as well, I think. Not really actually, he's reasonable position. Kenny's came out in 10th. I need to actually take him back out in medium. I'll take you out to high medium. So he's in 9th now, Kenny. 2 cars ahead, still haven't pitted John Sedor and Gerard. I think they're probably a bit too far behind them, although it'll be close actually. And Dreyfus is in pit as well, I didn't see her. So we're into 8th, so we've got a buffer zone to our target with Frankie, Kenny. Medium fuel as well with Gomez, although he's lost out a lot because of the tyres going off and the fact that I tried to make him have 1 pit stop less and it just clearly didn't work. So we'll be bringing in Kenny on lap 16. I hope anyway. No signs of rain at present. And I'm actually going to allow him to race now because I don't see Gomez catching up to 8 seconds, he's behind or whatever. And 2, even if he does, he doesn't really deserve to go past Kenny. Although he's apparently attempting to overtake someone. How is he getting on? Come on, Andre. Come on, son. He's actually fallen back now as well. And we're going to focus on Kenny. Everyone else starting to come in for their second stops now. I think we might have just about got this right. Tyre wear wise, we will be pitting at the end of the next lap with Kenny. So attack, overtake, and go for it. And you'll come in for another 8 laps worth of fuel. That'll take you up to lap 24. And go. On the other hand, Gomez right now, we can maybe stretch this stint out and just go for softs at the end. I don't know. It's maybe a bit close. Tyre temperatures are good. We've got the right tyre temperatures this window. Tyre temperatures on Gomez shot right up there. We're going to go from medium on the out lap. Gomez has now overtaken his teammate. Through that pit stop, but of course he's got a pit stop less. He's actually almost a pit stop behind in the better car, and technically supposed to be the better driver. And it's not like he started that much further behind on the grid. There's no reason for him to be a full pit stop behind here. And I'm actually going to tell him to let his teammate through. We're going to pit at the end of this lap though. But we're going to take 1 less pit stop though. Fuel options. We're just going to pit right up to the end of the race. And we will go medium when he comes back out and just hold it on for the end of the race. So Gomez will have made all his stops and we're going for 1 pit stop less, despite the fact it's maybe not the plus EV strategy with our car with repairs, but I think it's the right to get the best result out of this race for Andre Gomez. He can't make this aggressive strategy work because we went conservative in the beginning, so we have to make a different kind of strategy work. Kinney doing a decent job here in 9th still, battling for 10th. He's not got the car to keep the guy behind him really, but the more and more he keeps someone behind him, the better it is. And the fact that Cavalcanti is there and a much more powerful car sort of interfering with that blue flag situation helps out. I do apologise, my voice is actually really struggling today as well, but I kind of wanted to get this video done and recorded. So Kenny holding on in 8th, Gomez down in 16th, but has made all his pit stops, of course, hopefully. In fact, we're going to go into conserve just to make sure, just for a little bit. And that blue flag situation has cost us 2 positions, which has slowed down so much for those blue flags. That is ridiculous. Thankfully we're back up into 9th now, but that is frustrating nonetheless. Well, there's 2 positions that we were defending fairly well during blue flag situations. It does happen in real life, of course, so it's not too much of an issue. But still annoying. And we're actually going to pit him end of this lap. We could maybe go another lap, but I'm going to pit him at the end of this one. In fact, no, I'm not. We're going to stick to the strategy that we were on and go at the end of the next one. Even though it's technically, he's got a lap less to do, just so I can underfuel the car for the last stint. It says 8 laps remaining still, I don't know why. Should only say 7, but whatever. Gearbox is actually not in great shape either, for whatever reason, but we're just going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. Come on, Frankie. Gomez will be the interesting one to see where he comes out after this compared to Frankie, because we're obviously close previous. We're going to put him back on in medium, trying to save that tyre temperature just a little bit. No, he's going to be nowhere near Frankie, is he? Frankie should get out of the pit now. Yeah, so he's a decent bit behind still. But he is obviously on the slower tyre and he has had to be more defensive. Whoa. Come on, you're on that. Might actually put you on high. Park conditioning, that does worry me a little bit. Why have we not got excess fuel here? You've got 6 laps left. You're on lap 26. There's lap 27, so 5 laps. You should be fine for fuel as well, because I don't know why I'm not getting excess fuel with Gomez, which is a bit confusing. So Kinney up in 8th, defending well. Gomez in 12th, which has sort of salvaged a bit of result. If we can maintain this, we only lose a couple 100,000, which is good. Frankie already paying his way, with obviously 200,000 coming in from this race as well, on top of the bonus that he might get. So he'll be starting to repay that. That contract termination we have to pay to bring him in, but we need him to hold on. We need him to hold on, and he's not going to. Come on. 2 more laps, son. 2 more laps. Just hold on for 2 more laps. Well, I'll go into overtake mode. I know it, again, it's a big risk, but it's just trying to defend this. I'm going to push through the tyres as well. Just try and defend this as much as we can. Everything we can. I know your parts aren't looking the best, my friend, but everything we can to keep you in 9th place. It's worth a lot of money to us, 450,000. Come on. Gomez has fallen back a bit as well. He's actually now 26 seconds behind, so he's actually not a pit stop behind, which is not good. 1 more lap. Come on. It's actually a lap car that's behind us as well, so I'm actually probably pushing for enough, and the car that's behind is way behind. But we've got more than enough fuel to do it. Gomez also on his last lap, so his strategy has worked in terms of getting him to the end. But not in terms of points. But nonetheless, 9th place for Frankie Kinney on his debut. He will still start in pole in the next race. He's in a much worse car and he's absolutely smoked his teammate. I'm not really sure what much more to say on that, to be honest. Good obviously win because they're way too OP, apart from Jia, who was miles behind, but I think a lot of that was because she got lapped when she had an accident. And then after that you have no chance. So we've got no risk of rule break, of course. And we didn't even gain from the punishment, unfortunately. Our drivers will start. I think Arch has actually leapfrogged us now in points. That's not good. Oh no, we're still 3 points ahead. And 22 ahead of Predator, who actually gained points on us this weekend, unfortunately. But still, nonetheless, that's a good result. We gained. We didn't lose as much money as the word I should be looking for, because we managed to hit that better sponsor objective and hit the 490,000. So we only lost a couple 100,000 for that race rather than 700,000 we were losing when I done that budget. So we've actually saved money, which is good. I can't remember what car setup I'm on. I need to go and check that. So morale's good on both drivers. We actually gained money for that race. We made money for a race, people. We are rich. That's another set of brakes effectively paid for then. So sponsors were fine. That's not relevant. Finances were fine. This is one thing I want to look at. Yeah, so we're on medium. That's fine. So we've got, if we're losing 432,000 per race, that's not including hitting bonuses, then we've got 6 races left. So let's work this out again. Back out to the old calculator. 432,000 times by 6. 2.6 million is what the rest of the season is going to cost us. So yeah, so we've got what? Still 4.4 million to spend. So that is good news. You have an interview, accept that interview. Upgrading HQ long term is an issue, but that's fine. That will be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, as I sort of lose my words. And I'll hopefully catch you all next time.